Freezers don't have lights, and the reason might surprise you. As a kid, you probably tried closing the fridge door slowly to see the light go out. A tricky feat for most. But have you ever wondered why freezers lack lighting? Let me explain. Freezers are often packed with food, which would block any light source inside. Plus, the extremely low temperature makes it impractical for standard light bulbs to function. While there are cold-resistant bulbs, they're much more expensive, which would increase the cost of the appliance. Most people wouldn't want to pay extra for something unnecessary. Another factor is space. Adding a light fixture would reduce the usable space inside the freezer, which is already limited. For many, every cubic centimeter counts. So, it's simply not cost-effective to include a light in most freezers. However, if you dream of a freezer with lighting, you can get one for the right price. Put styrofoam in the freezer and enjoy lower electricity bills. Have you ever put styrofoam in the fridge? If not, you definitely should. Instead of throwing it away, put it in the freezer. You'll reduce your bills and save on expenses. Styrofoam doesn't absorb moisture and doesn't dissolve in water. It also doesn't conduct heat. It's lightweight and can be crushed and broken into smaller pieces. If you're focused on savings and every penny counts for you, styrofoam can help with that. Simply freeze it. To do this, fit the styrofoam into one of the freezer drawers. Divide it into smaller pieces. Arrange it in the drawer. Insert smaller pieces into the empty spaces. Put the drawer loaded with styrofoam into the freezer. If you have space in another drawer, do the same. Fill it with styrofoam and put it in the freezer. It turns out that this really works. Styrofoam reduces the empty space in the freezer. Every time you open the freezer door, warm air enters. When the freezer is full, less warm air enters. This means the fridge uses less electricity. The same goes for the cooling part of the fridge. If you have a large fridge and few items in it, you can line the empty shelves with styrofoam. By eliminating the empty space in the fridge and freezer, you'll save more energy. For the first 12 months after buying new jeans, don't wash them in the washing machine. Manufacturers forbid this. Even the boss of the iconic Levi's brand says in interviews, a good pair of jeans doesn't need to be washed in the machine. It turns out that new jeans should be refreshed in a different way. Traditional washing is not only not recommended, but can also ruin them. So, what should you do? Fold the pants into a square? Then, prepare a garbage bag or a mesh bag. Put the jeans inside, tie it tightly, and place it in the freezer overnight. Why, according to the head of the jeans-producing brand, is there a reason why it's better not to wash them in the machine? Raw denim is at its best 6 months before washing. The longer you can go without washing them, the better your jeans will look. It's all because the dye wears off in places where natural creases form, sitting, putting your phone or hands in the pockets. These little everyday things will make your jeans look great. Keeping pants in the freezer refreshes them. The sub-zero temperature kills bacteria and microorganisms, thus removing any unpleasant odor. Interestingly, wearing such pants is not unhygienic at all, and there is scientific evidence to support this. Researchers from the University of Alberta found that pants not washed for over a year have exactly the same amount of bacteria on them as regularly washed ones. Take a banknote and perform this test. Thanks to it, you will save a fortune on bills. The refrigerator doors are used every day. The condition of the seals affects their lifespan. If the refrigerator is noisy or frost appears inside, it may be a sign that it's time for the banknote test. Over time, rubber seals become stiffer and may not adhere properly to the refrigerator wall. This allows warm air to constantly flow into the interior, and the refrigerator works non-stop to cool the continuously entering air. To check, just perform a simple trick. Take a banknote and insert it between the refrigerator wall and the door. Then, close the refrigerator. Now try to take it out. If you can remove it without any resistance, the seal is not adhering properly. This method allows you to check the entire seal. If the rubber strip of the seal is tight, the banknote will offer resistance. There is another way to save the seal and make it adhere better to the refrigerator. If the seal has no visible defects or damage, try this trick. Use cosmetic Vaseline. Apply Vaseline to the clean and dry seal. This popular cosmetic will restore the flexibility of the seal, and it will adhere properly to the refrigerator. Spread the Vaseline evenly and precisely along the entire length of the rubber. You will definitely feel the difference the next time you try to open the refrigerator. Are your electricity bills high? Let us know in the comments what you do to reduce them. These tights will last 10 times longer. Immerse your favorite tights in water until they are completely wet. Squeeze out the excess water. Place them in a small bag or a resealable plastic bag. Then, put them in the freezer for a few hours or even overnight. After removing them from the freezer, let them thaw and dry. Freezing the tights will make them last several times longer. This process strengthens the fibers, making the tights more resistant to everyday wear and tear, allowing them to withstand more uses without snags or holes. It's a great way to extend the life of your favorite pairs. Before you call for service, grab a hairdryer. Inside the fridge, there is a constant low temperature that allows safe food storage. Even a slight change in the cooling level can negatively affect the food. The real problem starts when the seal stops being tight. To fix it, start by doing a test. Take a bill, place it between the door, and close the fridge. Now try to pull it out. If you can easily remove the bill, it means the door seal has loosened, probably due to frequent opening and closing, which can lead to increased energy consumption and spoilage of food. Set the hairdryer to medium heat and blow air on the seal. After a few minutes, when the seal is warmed up, take a cloth and wipe it around. This will also help reinflate the seal. Now, try inserting the bill again and close the door. As you can see, it's not as easy to pull out anymore. This means the grip between the seal and the door has drastically improved, and your fridge is as good as new. Clean the inside of your fridge with this method, and you'll never have frost on its back wall again. If water droplets in your fridge turn into frost, it indicates the appliance is not functioning properly. This can lead to inadequate cooling of the stored food. There are several reasons for this issue. Frequent opening of the fridge allows too much warm and humid air inside. Setting the fridge temperature too low can also negatively affect its performance, causing condensation on the walls to freeze instead of draining away. Another reason might be placing warm, steaming food into the fridge. Finally, a worn-out door seal can contribute to the problem. Regardless of the cause, you can prevent frost buildup on the back wall. Simply dilute 3 tablespoons of vinegar in 1 liter of water and use it to clean the fridge interior. Vinegar slows frost formation because it doesn't freeze at typical fridge temperatures, and its scent evaporates quickly without affecting the stored food. Additionally, vinegar kills mold spores, eliminating any potential growth inside the fridge. After cleaning with vinegar, wipe the fridge interior with glycerin. Glycerin forms a protective layer that also prevents ice buildup and doesn't freeze in fridge temperatures. Regularly clean your fridge with vinegar and glycerin, and you'll forget about frost problems for a long time.